Hey, do me a favor, invite somebody to share. I don't have a lot of time. We got some stuff going on this morning. Um, I want to give you some good information real quick. Don't forget, we signed a TV deal with Sony. We are excited because we're coming up on the first episode that's going to air. You'll be able to catch it on Roku. You'll be able to catch it on Apple TV. You'll be able to catch it on other streaming networks. You'll also be able to catch it on Sony streaming service, which is Experience on Demand. I'm excited about it. And while we were quarantined and all that, we were still working, trying to get things done. We have a few recordings in our archive. I'm excited. I'm also producing 5 new shows that's going to air on Sony streaming network. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. I've been at this a while. I've had a lot of creative ideas. I've put my hands at a number of things, and I want to talk about that just briefly. Put my hands on some stuff, and it didn't work out the way that I thought. I pulled my hand back, reach it out again, try something else that didn't work out the way that I thought. Tried something else, reach back, put my hands on something else, and then I start to get in a rhythm of seeing, man, it's not just hosting coffee time. I have a producer's mindset, and I want to produce shows. So, as a result of that, we've been granted the opportunity to do something great and to do something or really make history on this side. I don't know any TV producers in this city or in Florida that's able to produce their own shows. Got a lot of things in the works. Talked to some film producers, movies. It's a lot of stuff that's coming together. So if you look at the topic this morning, I'm talking about Republicans, Democrats, you, and what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? You know, it's a lot of conversation going on right now because we're finding out men's hearts are coming to surface. We're able to see the heart of people, with racism being at an all-time high in terms of visibility because it's always been there. We are able to see some things that we've not seen, and as a result of that, we have a charge to make in terms of putting the next candidate in office on a local level, state level, and a national level. Do not abort your rights to vote on a local level. It's local government that directly affects you. I'm going to say it again. Local government directly affects you. Whoever you put in office locally is going to determine how much taxes you pay, how much money comes out of your check. They're going to determine how safe your family is. Listen, on August 18th, we've got to join forces together collectively. We've got to put Rhonda Peoples Waters in office, August 18th. We need someone who sat with us, someone who knows us, someone who resembles us, someone who goes through the same daily challenges that we go through. We need those type of people to represent us. So my message, because I got to do this fast, my message in terms of Republican and Democrat, don't pledge allegiance to a party because that party can switch out on you. Pledge allegiance to facts, what's right, what is going to benefit you, what is going to help you long term achieve the goals that you need to achieve. Those are the things that you need to focus on. Those are the things that you need to concentrate on. And those are the things that you need to be actively involved in changing. Your local elections, state elections, and national. The RNC is going to be here in August, September for their national convention. They are endorsing Trump. Because I don't like what he stands for. I don't like the things that he's done. I don't like the things that he said. he does not have my support. And because the RNC endorses him, they do not have my support. In my eyes and in my mind, I look at the RNC right now the same way I view Trump. Right now, I'm neither Republican or Democrat. I vote for who I think is right for the job. But right now, from what the Republicans have shown me, each party has their own issue. But right now, Trump is their man. Democrats are just as bad as the Republicans in some regard. So I don't pledge allegiance to a party. You need to recheck, rethink, reevaluate where you sit when it comes to what party and what side you're on. Why? At the end of the day, I don't care how you vote. They have theirs. They have theirs. You need to get yours. Now, I will say this, just from a moral point of view. Just from a moral point of view. I have never chosen economics over morality. Trump is good for business owners and rich people. He's good for them and he's good for the economy. But he's a terrible, horrible person who had disrespected every nationality of people, women alike. He says whatever he wants to say. The world has lost respect for America because of him. He's ill and uninformed. He's a loose cannon. So you need to reevaluate who you pledge allegiance to. I pledge allegiance. First of all, I believe in voting for the person that's most qualified for the job. He was never qualified. He's not even a TV actor. He's a reality TV billionaire. He just has money. So, don't be selling out to a party. You better sell out to who's going to be more beneficial to you in the long run. All right? Do me a favor, invite somebody to share. I've got about 10 minutes and I've got to be off. Do the right thing when it comes to the party. Now, I want to talk about you and what you're doing. You know, we're extremely disrespectful when it comes to life. We think life is one of those things we're going to have forever. We don't really calculate our days the way that we should. There's a scripture that says, Lord, teach us to number our days so that we may apply wisdom. If you knew definitely that Sunday was going to be your last day alive, how would you govern your day? Speaking with some friends. My friends are family. My family are my friends. So I use friends, family interchangeably. For me, they're synonymous in their meanings. But I was speaking with some friends the day before yesterday. And one of the things that I said to them, you know, I've lost a lot of people in the last 3 months to death. Some the coronavirus and some cancer. Here's the other thing. They don't have an antidote for COVID-19 and they're opening the world back up. You better make sure you're building your immune system. Now, I push CMOS. I've been pushing CMOS for the last 6 months. When I start taking it I think it was October, November last year. Yeah. It's when I start telling people about it because of the nutrients that are in it. Your body is made up of 102 minerals. So I start turning people on to sea moss. I start talking about sea moss. I start telling people to get their sea moss from A Taste of Miami, 1440 Dunn Avenue. The reason I was sending people there, you can get it from anywhere, but the sea moss that A Taste of Miami has also has soursop, dandelion root, elderberry, buckerberry. It has other natural minerals and things of that nature in it. And the body is made up of 102 minerals. The sea moss that they sell at A Taste of Miami has all 102. When the body has what it needs, it will function at maximum capacity. I need to see something. I need to make sure I got my time right. So get that sea moss. Build your immune system. Don't be a casualty, and you don't have to be. Get the sea moss, all right? That sea moss works in so many different ways. It builds your immune system and keeps you protected. Then it fights off sickness and disease and keeps away from you the things that can kill you. Get the sea moss. It's not expensive at all. They have, I think, 3 different jars, 3 different sizes. I believe one is $10, one is $15, and then one is $20. The 16-ounce jar is $20. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Get it. I take it. I started out taking it twice a day. I would take it first thing in the morning. It would be the last thing that I digested before I went to bed at night. But when the cases of the coronavirus, when COVID-19 start picking up, I start doing 3 to 4. You can't OD on it. I will warn you that the sea moss pulls toxins out of your body. CJ Hodge, what's up, lady? Good to see you. The sea moss pulls toxics out of your body. It cleanses your body. It cleanses your kidneys. It cleanses your internal organs. So it's pulling toxins out, and it's defending your immune system at the same time. It does a lot. So my first 2 weeks of taking it, my back started hurting. My arms started hurting. And all it was the sea moss pulling the toxins out of my body. I started drinking more and more water to flush everything through. Those toxins have to have somewhere to go. So you've got to drink plenty of water. All right? Take the sea moss. If you tell them I sent you, they will give you a discount. I talk to those people. They are friends of mine. They are really trying to help our community. I don't think they make anything off of it, to be honest. And if it is, because I know the person that puts it together, it may be $1 a jar. So they're doing it to make it available to our community. They will mail the orders out. They have that in place now. You need to take care of yourself. They're opening the world back up, which means your jobs are going to make you come back in. You are going back to work. Everybody is not. Yes, CJ Hodge, they are shipping now. They are. All jobs are not going to allow you to work from home. For those of you that have that privilege, it's also a pleasure. Blessings to you. But others, you're going to have to get back into the office. You're going to have to get back into the swing of being around people. Stephanie Senior, what's up, sis? What's up, girl? Good to see you. Much love to you. India Songbird, what's up, India? So you need to get that CMOS. That's not something you need to play with, because if your immune system, and this is something else, you need to watch your diet. Try and stay away from dairy products as much as possible. As long as we are in this pandemic, there are things that you're going to have to do differently in order to live. Dairy products, beef, it builds mucus in the body. What the CMOS does, it attacks the mucus in the body. It gets rid of the mucus of the body. It's the mucus that attracts the wrong bacteria, stays in your body, and causes your bodily functions to slow down. If you could rid your body of mucus, you would be extremely healthy. So the CMOS removes the mucus, all right? It gives you energy. It gives you a lot of energy. And it does it naturally. You need to get it. I don't get paid to say this. Somebody say, well, are you selling it? No, I am not. Somebody told me you need to, because as much as you push it. No. If we were living in a desert and I found a body of water that's going to help families live, I would tell you where the water is. I don't have to be paid for that. That's called love for humanity. That's called wanting to see people live and enjoy life. Not just enjoy life, but enjoy the quality of life that you live. So, go get the doggone CMOS and stop playing with your life. One of the things that I said to you, I said, if you were to die Sunday, how would you plan your day today? What would Saturday look like? If the doctor told you, you got 90 days to live, I can guarantee you a lot of the bull crap and the things that you are giving your attention to now would no longer have your attention, because your mind would be set on a higher goal. You would be working tirelessly trying to fulfill your destiny. And what we've done, we take life for granted. We wake up every morning like we're supposed to, but somebody didn't wake up. The alarm clock went off for somebody, but they did not respond to it. Right now, the coroner's office is at somebody's house removing a body. You don't have forever. You don't. All you really have is the only moment that is guaranteed is the one you're in. The next moment is not guaranteed. You don't have the time that you think you have. You don't. Here's the reality of life. Death is inevitable. Today could be my last day on earth. And that's not a negative confession. Now, I pray God it's not. I speak life, peace, joy. So I speak it all. You know what I mean? I want to live. I have confessions. But today could very, very well be my last day on earth. Here's the one thing that I can tell you. I've done everything that I could do with what I was able to do and what I had to work with. And I tried a whole lot of stuff that didn't work, but at least I tried. I would say that I'm successful, but I would also say that I've not even scratched the surface of my potential, because there's so many things that you have to overcome, but there's also a lot of things that you do along the way. And if I was to die today, it's well with my soul. And let me give you some instructions. If I died today and they funeralize me, don't be talking, nobody better not say at my funeral, he won't want you to cry. I want y'all to fall out. India, I want you all on the floor. Ah, pick it! Ah! Scream for me, holler for me. Yes, sir. Show out. I want them to have to drag you down. Yep, sure do. Don't be talking about he in a better place, don't cry. Yeah, I'm in a better place, but cry. Miss me. Matter of fact, I might have a dress rehearsal for my own funeral. I might do it on Coffee Time and teach y'all how I want you to respond. CJ Hodge At my funeral, I just want you to go up. When you see the body, just collapse. No, real talk, I'm being silly. But real talk, we do not have forever. The only time we generally think about death is when somebody's dying, dead, or when we're standing at a funeral, reminiscing of the life of the person we're celebrating. And here's the reality. You don't know where death is. The thought of death should be a part of your everyday life. Don't allow it to make you afraid. Don't allow it to push you in fear. But the thought of death should be a part of your everyday life. And you ought to use it as motivation to get things done. I go through, when I'm on coffee time, I'm going through and I'm looking at people. Like this morning, I didn't get a chance to do my good mornings. So I'm gonna take a little parenthetical deviation just for a second. Say good morning to a few people, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it, because there's some things that I'm going to attach to the name. Tina White McPherson, good morning. Gary Harvey, I missed you yesterday, but I will not miss you today. I will not miss you today. Camille Mendez, good morning. Camille Mendez has been through some tremendous things, and God has proven himself faithful. I think people like Camille, I think they have so much in them, they don't know how to get it out of them. And then they wrestle with the ideology of what if. Camille, I think there's a lot in you. I really believe that you're a creator. I believe that you are an administrator. You're an organizer. And I think you ought to align your gifts and your talents with something or someone to be more useful. And I believe that it could provide for your hands. And I believe that about everybody's gift. Adrian Regina Harper, good morning. Stephanie Clark, good morning. Gary Harvey, we're going to get you set. We're going to get you rolling. I've got the platforms, the marketing, the branding. I've got it all. We'll hook you up. Tobias Tankett Jr., you are a musician, boy. You need to study your craft, get back on your craft, work your craft like you've never worked it before. Produce your music, submit your music, write more music. Keep writing. You do not write for opportunity. You write to empty yourself, because the more you pour out, the more you'll receive. So many musicians and songwriters and book writers, they only want to write to put a book out to get attention. That's not the purpose for it. You write because it's in you to write, and you release it because you don't know who it's going to help. Your book may be the key to change the king's mind of destroying a nation. Now, in that case, let's say you sold one book, but that one book was to a king, and you changed the whole nation. You changed generations of people because that one book touched one person. We've got to stop writing for the masses and write because it's our purpose. You don't know who's connected to what you have. You don't know who need what you have. You don't know who's hurting and they need what you have in order to live. India Songbird, write, sing, produce music, put out CDs, stop being lazy. Focus. You don't have forever. You ain't going to live forever. You need not only to leave a legacy behind, but your legacy is tied to your purpose and your destiny. CJ Hodge, I think you're supposed to write books. I think you are a great articulator. I think you have to lose yourself and just go for it. There's so much in you. You've overcome so much. One of the things that attracted me to you, CJ Hodge, was your story about cancer. That was the drawing card. I never saw you the same. I use you in low times of my life to inspire myself. If you had the strength to go through what you went through, nothing that I'm going through is worse than that. You defied the odds by the grace of God to defeat death, overcame cancer. You have a story to tell, and the world needs to hear it, because there's somebody somewhere suffering with something similar to what you were going through or something else, and your story becomes the joy and the tool and the muscle that is needed for them to overcome. Too many of us are sitting on our gifts because we don't think that they are relevant. Who's going to listen to me? You never know till you start talking. Listen, there are mornings I get up and I do this coffee time thing, and I've had 10 people on. There are mornings I've gotten up, did coffee time. I've had 60. I think the most I've ever had at one time was about 100, 102 people. That was during the storm when people were home and they really didn't have no other choice but to listen to me. It's not about the numbers. It's about how effective you are at helping, strengthening, enlightening, empowering the next person so that they can operate in what they're called to do. My brother's on. Eric Pickett. Boy, you need to join us this morning. I'll hit you when I get off. So a lot of times when we think about producing what we have, when we think about operating in our gift, when we think about stepping out and doing the things, cooking, writing recipes, poems, whatever, the first thing that comes to our mind is who's going to receive it, who's going to accept it, how do I get it distributed, how do I get it out? And that is the wrong mentality. That's the wrong mentality. The right mentality is I need to do it because it's in me, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm going to tell y'all this story real quick and I got to go. I was on radio, the Terrence Pickett Show. We were killing the game. Our numbers was high. Our ratings were extremely high. And on radio, I did not have the liberty to talk about some of the things that I'm talking about now because radio is a system. And I needed more space to talk, to encourage people, to challenge people. So I woke up one day and I did a 5-minute video on Socialcam. Took Socialcam, connected it to my Facebook account. I went from Socialcam to doing 5-minute videos and this was long before you could do a video on Facebook. It's not always been that way. So I had to record it on Socialcam. They put it on Facebook. Then Facebook made it available for you to do videos. So I would do 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, put it on Facebook, post it. Then Periscope came. I got on there, and then Facebook had it where you can do Facebook Live. So I started doing Facebook Live. A TV station saw it. We worked out a deal, and I was on TV for about a year and a half. CW17. Somebody saw it on Facebook. There are 3 other radio stations that were watching these owners and were watching Coffee Time, and they wanted me to bring it to their station. They wanted to give me my own show. I was going to do it with them. But the more and more we talked, the more and more I saw the same. I don't want to be confined. I'm not looking for nobody that's going to try and put a leash on my mouth. You're not going to tell me how to say what I say. I am who I am, and if it takes me longer to get where I need to go because I refuse to compromise to your standard and your ways, but I'm going to stay true to who I am and own my own material, and as a result of that, I turned them down. There's 2 radio stations right now. They keep trying to pull me in. No, I like my freedom. I would do Facebook Live as long as I like my freedom. Well, in the process of doing that, I get a call from a lady who says, I think you ought to submit your stuff to Sony. I think you have great content. She says, because she was watching my show, she says on Facebook, she says, I can help you get there. I can help you, show you what to do, etc. I did it. I got a deal. How likely is that? We're in the process of putting a package together to submit to Netflix. I said to y'all a year ago, I was going to get it. And I got it. And I'm still working at it. So what I'm saying to you, I didn't think about the benefits from it. I just knew I needed to get it out. And what many of you need to do is stop waiting for big opportunities. Your big opportunity is in that small step. Your big opportunity is in that small step. It's in that small step, there's a big opportunity. But the big opportunity does not necessarily mean large crowds. Maybe one person that you change that is able to affect change in an entire generation and nation. You don't know where it's going to fall. You need to get going. Hey, we've got to put our hands on a number of things together. We got to deal with racism. Oh yeah, we're not going to let up off them. We've got to hold these people accountable. We've got to get the right people in office. But you better be working on what's in you while you're working on everything else. Stop working for a dollar. Here's what I found out. I found out when I was working for money, straight up, because I was about my coins. The money went just as fast as it came. The more money I made, the more I gave. Money doesn't preserve your life. Working for money, allowing money to motivate you and pushing you to get money, causes you to miss out on special memories, special moments, causes you to miss history, because the more money you make, the more of your soul you're going to spend. And I made a decision. I'm not working for money no more. I'm not. Now, if you invite me, you got to pay me something. But I'm not working for money. I am literally working to death. Death is my motivation. I got to get this stuff out of me before I die. When I'm dead and gone, I'm going to leave a legacy imparted in other people. That even though I'm gone, there are things that are going to trigger in your mind that I said to you. That's my goal, to help change lives, to help change the mentality of people, to help people think higher and speak life. What are you doing with you? You got a lot of conversation about a lot of other people and what people are doing and what people are saying. You talking, you run your mouth about a whole lot of stuff. You need to take that energy and apply it to your own life and get moving. You're not going to live forever. What are you doing with your life? What are you working for? What is the purpose of the breath that you breathe every day? Now, you can compromise that. You can make that look however you want it to look. Here's the reality. God is going to hold you accountable for what you did with what he gave you. If you're not doing right by what he's given you, you're going to be held accountable for that. And you rob a generation of the things that they were supposed to get from you to make their generation better. Listen to me. It's time to do it. So one of the things that I've done with this deal with Sony is they're giving me the platform. I have to produce my own shows. I was scared. I don't have the money for that. I got to produce 5 shows. I don't have the money. What it costs to produce those shows is too much. It's too much. But here's what I decided to do. I told God this. I'll do it if you provide. One of the provisions, one of the ideas that he gave me was to challenge the people that follow you to give towards what you're doing. If what I do is help you in any way, I need your help. I'm not too proud to beg. I cannot afford to do these productions. I can't afford it. I can't. If you can afford your dream, you're dreaming too small. If you have the budget for your idea is too small. Oftentimes, I'm going to say this and I'm out. Oftentimes, God will call you to do something where you have to pull in other people. And he'll call you to do something that's so big, you go to bed almost with knots in your stomach trying to figure out how it's going to happen. Here's the reality. It's going to always be bigger than you, because that's what pushes you to pray for God to provide for your hands. That increases your faith. That teaches you how to depend on people. None of us like depending on people. None of us like putting our trust in other people. But one of the things, there is a mutual ground. There is a balance. We need each other. Can't be nasty to people then turn around and ask for their support. So part of the plan of God pressing you to make you nicer is to cause you to be vulnerable and need people. You want to see somebody change their attitude? Let them need people. That nasty goes to nice because they know they can't do it without people. So what God has done, there's always going to be a need that connects you to people. Now I need your help. I'm broke. I've spent the last 4 years of my life with everything that I've done. I've just about spent my life savings. And seemingly it wasn't working. But look like I can see the breaking of day now. Things are coming together. I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of nights in fear. I spent a lot of nights crying, trying to figure out. All I ever wanted to do was help other people. What in the world is going on? And sometimes it takes that to get you to a place of understanding that you're not supposed to provide for yourself. God's going to connect you to people that's going to provide for you. So you got to get out of your own way. Well, I don't like asking people for nothing. Your dream ain't big enough. If your dream is big enough, you'll move your pride aside and you won't be proud to ask. Like I'm asking. $100, $200, $300, $500, $1,000, $5 million. Whatever it is you have. All contributions are appreciated. My Cash App is there. If you want to know other ways that you can sponsor, support, inbox me. Trust me, I need your help. Thank you for showing up this morning. Without your ears, I don't have a voice. You make this possible. As long as you show up, I'm going to do my very best to be here. Listen, you were born to win, predestined to succeed. There is nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom on the inside of you is not able of handling. But you got to calm down, slow down, be quiet, use emotional intelligence. You got to trust God and let wisdom speak. When wisdom speak, you will always win. You all have a great productive day. Go do something with what's in you. Have a great productive day, and always remember to think higher, speak light.